Okay, I wanted to provide an update on the fairly large series of storms coming our way over the next 5 to 7 days. We finally have fairly good ensemble agreement as to what's going to happen. Now, we have one big storm coming in on the 31st, that's Wednesday. It'll drop between 3 and 5 inches of rain across the North Bay. Let's look at that as it progresses in on Tuesday and Wednesday. You can see the storm is picking up steam. It has a low pressure center off the coast that is intensifying. This will drive a lot of rain into Northern California. Then it'll be sent south. So this will be an important rainmaker for the entire state. Now, this is very important to look at these rain totals because they'll come most of it in 24 hours, maybe 36 hours. And this will impact rivers and flooding across the North Bay. You can see the rainfall adding up here starting about midday on Wednesday through Thursday and Friday. The rain will keep coming in showery form later on Thursday and into Friday. It'll add up. Again, I said 3 to 5 inches in many places across the North Bay. The valleys 2 to 4 inches, up in the hills up to 7 inches off this first one. That'll be rare. Really 5 to 6 inches will be the most you'll see, it looks like, based on ensemble forecasts for those hills here in the North Bay. But that's a lot. And this will impact small stream flooding, low-lying areas, areas that are flood prone will be impacted by this, and this will take place on Wednesday and Thursday. Also, we'll look at this a little bit later, but this will impact the mainstream rivers. At first, they were thinking that the Russian River would not come over its banks. They now believe it will sometime on Thursday in Hopland, and maybe a day or two later approach flood stage, if not reach flood stage in Guerneville. This will be minor flood stage. We'll have those maps coming up very soon. Okay, let's look at the second storm that comes in on Sunday the 4th. You can see it here building up. Now, initially a couple days ago, this was forecast to go south of us. The jet stream situation has changed a little bit. This is coming into here and then going south. This may be a 2 to 3 day storm if some of the ensemble forecasts are correct. Some forecasts have it really a quick hitting storm that'll move south more quickly. Some have it spinning off our coast for a while. In any case, this one will be impactful too. On Sunday through approximately Tuesday, this will be an important storm for the North Bay, especially coming on the heels a few days after the other main storm. What'll happen here? Well, you can look at the rainfall adding up. You can see we're getting another 2 or 3 inches generally across the North Bay, up to 4 inches in the hills. Now, this will bring us quite big totals over the course of the time. This is additional rain. You see it adding up here. You can see areas of the hills of the North Bay. The ensemble forecasts have us up over 6 inches in some places. Some forecasts have us up over 7 inches, some as low as 4 to 5 inches, but it's going to be very significant. Now, why is this all being driven our way? Well, you can see the jet stream here. It's being driven across the Pacific. It's been a very strong jet stream extension that's taking place. Same thing as late December. However, this one has extended more towards the west coast. Initially, you can see it split a little bit, went up to British Columbia. However, it's really being focused across the subtropics into Southern California as the week goes on. We'll get the initial part of that. Southern California will get it for a few more days than we will. But this is a very important thing, and this is driving our weather really right now. There's a 200 mile per hour jet streak in the middle of that. That's very important. You can see here, these are the heights coming. Now that's high and low pressure and what it looks like, what will be the trend and the pattern across the Pacific as we go through our week. You can see low pressure hanging over California. This is bringing us our storms. Storms are spinning up in that. Low pressure centers are combining off the coast, so this will be a wet series. However, all accounts, you can see at the end of this loop, show around the 11th or so, high pressure will build back in. Will that be temporary? We really don't know yet, but it looks like it'll be temporary. Maybe the third week of February will be more storms. Now, let's look at the flooding potential. Of course, beginning on late Wednesday into Thursday, these small streams, Santa Rosa, Mark Creek, a lot of these streams, Laguna de Santa Rosa and low-lying areas will fill up with water. There will be minor flooding. However, let's look at the mainstream rivers. Hopland, the Russian River at Hopland is forecast to go over its banks sometime on Thursday. A little bit later than that, this flood of water from the initial storm on Wednesday and Thursday will reach Guerneville, and the Russian River at Guerneville is expected to reach near flood stage. The ensemble forecast, or what you're seeing, the little black line, that's the deterministic forecast. That is the forecast looking at their best guess right now is what's going to happen. There is a big range, as you can see in the ensemble forecast. So this is the Russian River at Guerneville. That one you saw before is the Russian River at Hopland. That'll happen initially Thursday, and the Russian River at Guerneville, we're thinking Friday into Saturday will be very high. Now, how about the other rivers? This is the Napa River, not expected to go over its banks. However, it is expected to get pretty high over there, and this is really the case of many other minor main rivers across the North Bay. They'll be getting high. Some of them, like Santa Rosa Creek, Mark West, all of those will be coming over their banks very likely because we've had a lot of rain. This is adding to that. The runoff is immediate, and really we'll see some nice flooding around here. I shouldn't say nice, but significant flooding around here sometime on Thursday. And with the showers continuing, that'll continue into the weekend when another burst comes in. So expect a lot of low-lying flooding across the North Bay throughout that period through Tuesday. So really Wednesday through Tuesday, flooding off and on at times. You saw when the rain is coming. Right now it looks like that rain will be ending about Thursday of next week, and we should be going into a little bit of a warming spell, maybe 3 or 4 days of clear weather. This is way far out there though, and it looks like the ensemble forecast think another lobe of high pressure will be moving east and low pressure will be coming down along the west coast once again, so it could be more wet weather later in February. We'll keep you updated with updated forecasts as the days go on.